Space India. Welcome, Vivek.
Thank you so much, Akash. So I would first like to welcome our viewers to our record-breaking 150 hours of astronomy. And those who are watching, I would like to again repeat the golden words of Sir that I would like to congratulate IU for their 100 years of journey in astronomy. And so we are going to now tell you guys what is exactly our plan for 150 hours and how we are going to execute them. Okay?
Exactly.
So the first thing, the very interesting and very amazing thing that you are going to see is we are going to introduce you with the night sky of today. Okay? So at 12 o'clock, you can join us at the channel and we are going to have an observation with a amazing educator and team behind them are so expert in astronomy and we are going to we are going to show you guys different types of telescopes, how to handle these telescopes, how can you set up and point it towards the sky, and we will try to find what are the things visible in the sky and how can you know what are the things visible in the sky, and we are going to then observe them, and you will actually see the amazing thing once you get in touch with astronomy. Once you look from a telescope the first time the moon, you won't forget the experience of watching a moon through a telescope. It's completely different experience while you're watching it naked eyes.
And the
Okay?
craters of the moon.
Yes,
You can also see the
exactly.
craters of the moon.
Very good. So craters are amazing things, but with a telescope, they even look bigger, and you get to see different. There are mountains on moon, but through our naked eyes, those aren't visible, right?
Exactly.
So through a telescope, it changes our entire perspective to look at the sky. Even the dots, tiny dots, there are millions of stars there, but they aren't visible. First of all, it's this sky, so it's a lot of
Ex-
pollution in it. And as Astropod is our program, you can highly appreciate the efforts that they are putting in for us to provide a clear and dark sky side to promote and support astronomy for space and science enthusiasts. Okay.
From sharp 12 o'clock, our experts, Mr. Tarun and Mr. Shantanu, would be there with you. They would be connecting with you and they would be like showing you exactly the night sky of today's Delhi atmosphere.
Okay, very good. So from this observation will go on for quite a long time because we don't want you to miss any of the sky while it's visible. So it's going to be happening from 12 o'clock up till the morning, whenever the sun is rising in the sky. And then we are going to proceed with another session of astronomy, and we are going to discuss what are their findings that we have recently found on celestial objects in our solar system, in our skies. And there are multiple discoveries in 2018. 2018 was actually a big
Big
and
year.
huge achievement
Achievements.
for all the fields of space and astronomy. There were
Various missions were there sent to Mars and
yes,
other
it's a
celestial objects.
record-breaking rocket launch. It had a record-breaking rocket launches.
Exactly.
ISRO also broke many records. NASA and even private organizations are actually coming in the field of this astronomy field, which is a huge, which is going to play a huge role and impact in the field. As you
So,
know, astronomy was considered uh, quite a financially very burdening place to be. But
okay.
since private organizations have entered the market, it's completely changed the view of the people. They are actually getting profit from these government tenders that they get and to send space satellites. And now we are actually introducing space tourism.
Tourism.
So
Exactly.
it's not just a dream, but actually every man can dream, and that dream can come into reality for you to go into space through space tourism. So it's actually getting a broader field, and through this field, we hope we are going to get our lives better. As you know, many technologies that you use today actually comes from the research and all these findings that we have in astronomy field.
And with all these information, sharp at 6 in the morning tomorrow, Vivek sir will be here with you.
Yes, I will
And
be
he
seeing
would
you
be
in the morning.
discussing all of the
Yes,
things, all the findings on various celestial objects
yes.
from this year, past year, and so on.
So just to give you a preview, we just found the farthest object in our solar system, right? What is that called? Comment down below. Okay. Now, the next thing is the amazing event, the most important if you want to join, the thing called Chai Pe Charcha. Okay,
In
so you
that,
got the theme with that, Chai Pe Charcha.
yeah,
So it's quite popular now, and in that we are going to call. Uh,
our CMD sir
yes,
will again be there with us. Sachin Bhamba sir would be there, and our Director of Education, Shalini ma'am, would also be there, and Chitra ma'am, who is the head of universe in the school, she would be hosting a talk show with them, and we would be discussing a lot of things about astronomy and space science with them.
yes, and I'm just talking about next 8 hours, and it's full packed with astronaut. So Chai Pe Charcha is actually going to be an elaborate session on broader view of astronomy. What do these people, these high, enthusiasts and experts in astronomy actually think what the future might be in the field of astronomy? We are going to call many people every day up to January 15th. We are going to call the Chai Pe Charcha at 8:30. So don't forget to join us at 8:30 because that is going to be a fun-filled session
And
for you,
guys,
and that will fill with that will inspire you more to actually contribute towards the astronomy and science field. So don't forget to join us at 8:30.
and guys, you can catch all the live feed on our Facebook page, that is Space India, or you can visit our website www.space-india.com, or else you can visit our YouTube page on which we are continuously live.
Yes. So
So this the theme of our event is astronomy for all. So fulfilling this motto, tomorrow sharp at 10:30 in the morning, we would be at Elders Home Society in Rohini, Delhi.
So, so it is actually an amazing thing that Space India actually does. It regularly goes to these NGOs and the orphanages and various. It touches various people in various backgrounds, and we go there and take astronomy classes and try to bring them up in the society. And that is what Space India is all about. We are trying to reach the masses with the help of educating them in field of astronomy, and that is what we are going to do at 10:30 sharp. And we are going to head to Elders Home Society, and there will be experts in astronomy field educators. They are teaching people there with astronomy classes. They will be doing conducting activities in various things.
Solar observations would be there,
Yes,
the
exactly.
telescopes and all those things, and various activities like comet making,
Yes, exactly.
rocket launching, all of things would be happening.
And the next thing is we are not only conducting these classes and astronomy, we are actually going to be live from Surat, and we are conducting a special occasion session that is called Project Paridhi, and that is
Vivek, I would like to interrupt you one thing.
yes,
Like we always say that we can measure the circumference of a circle. Like if I ask you,
yes,
like our Earth is also round, we say that, and it is round.
yes,
So if I ask you that, can we measure the circumference of the Earth? If yes, then how can it be possible
yes, a
humanly,
very
and how much time it would
very
be taking?
intriguing, very intriguing and amazing question. Now, the thing he's talking about is actually what we teach children to do. We are actually teaching children to actually calculate the entire circumference of Earth with simple backyard tools that you can find. And
Great, that's
if you
really
want to actually calculate the circumference, you have to travel the entire circumference of our Earth. Now, is that possible for everyone?
no,
What do you think?
that's not humanly possible, I think.
That is not possible. So, exactly. Now, it is one of the main events that Space India does. It is an expert in the field of astronomy. So, we are actually going to have a session called Project Paridhi. Now, Akash, I would like to ask you, what do you know what's the meaning of Paridhi?
Paridhi, Vivek, it's I know that, Vivek. It is the Hindi translation of the word circumference. Paridhi
Exactly.
means the whole
Paridhi.
area.
Now, what do you think? Is he right? Comment down below, and I will tell you the answer. Is it correct or not? Okay. Now, the project Paridhi is actually very fascinating. Now, it's not a new thing. This field of astronomy is actually not a suddenly occupied the space of science field. It's actually a year-old field where we have a space scientist, or you can say astronomer, called Eratosthenes.
Okay, I,
In
I, I have heard of him,
yes,
but in with my school times only.
exactly. In third century BC, there was an astronomer called Eratosthenes, and he did this experiment now which we call Project Paridi, and he calculated with simple tools the circumference of Earth, and his calculation was so accurate that it still amazed people how way back in time he was able to perform this.
Okay,
And
Vivek,
it
we were sitting there and you were saying continuously saying about like with the help of a gnomon, you
yes.
would we like calculate the circumference of Earth.
Exactly. There is a very simple procedure involved with a straight stick which we call no moon rod. Okay. So no moon is actually a term that can be used for anything that is standing vertical to the ground 90 degrees,
Okay,
perpendicular to the ground.
like if I am standing
Yes.
vertically on
Yes.
the surface, I would be a
Exactly.
gnomon.
Yes.
That's really great.
If you stand exactly 90 degrees perpendicular to the ground, you are actually a gnome. Now, how this experiment is performed? You have to stay tuned. Come back at us at 12 p.m. and we will be joining Space Surat. They will be conducting this project Paridhi, and we will see in detail all these classes of astronomy, how this is performed, and you can actually do this at home. While you are watching this, you can perform it with the educators at Surat. While they are performing it, they will explain everything to you how to do. You just have to bring a pencil, a sheet of paper, and nothing else. All the things.
Look how cool it is.
Yes, that's how simple it is to calculate the circumference of Earth. See the amazing part.
By listening
Now,
to it, it
yes,
seems like quite very interesting.
yes. So the next thing is we are also going to have some conversations with astronomy experts from
Mr.
various places. So we will join them through online chat on Hangout, Skype, and various other platforms, and we will see and learn various mysteries of our dark sky and the things that are in this space. Do you know there is something called black hole? What do you think it is?
I don't have the like
Did
exact.
someone made a hole in the sky, or is there any hole in the space that we call black hole? What do you think?
Mm. I have heard of that whole happening in the ozone layer due to like
No,
pollution and all those
that is
things.
a
But
completely different thing. So, black hole is actually a very fascinating thing. We are going to join our experts of astronomy and talk about various things like from gravitational waves to nebulas to stars to clusters to various new findings on various new principles and discuss a detailed view of what their ideas and what these discoveries actually mean. And we will be joining them at 12 p.m. and let's see
and it would be happening every day.
how amazing and
But for
inspiring that is
tomorrow,
going to be.
our space expert, Mr. Vikrant Narang, along with his some colleagues, would be there, and they would be primarily discussing about the
Yes,
eclipses.
exactly. So eclipse, recently there was a eclipse at 6th of January. So since it's an amazing, but it's very rare even. So
Exactly.
if any eclipse comes nearby you, you shouldn't miss it. If it is nearby you, you must travel to see them because they are such a great phenomena
And
that happens on Earth.
Vivek, you remember that total lunar eclipse
Yes.
that happened last year?
So space actually travels to places to capture these astronomical events that are visible from Earth. So
We as a
yes,
or as an organization we traveled to like various places. We went to like Punjab. We went to
Ludhiana.
Ludhiana.
We have
Uh,
observed this from Sariska. Some of them went to Jammu and Kashmir. Some
and
of them
one
went
of
to
our team went to
Jaisalmer,
Jaisalmer.
Rajasthan,
From Chennai, we did the observations, but the weather condition was so bad
in
that
Delhi.
in Delhi and in Chennai also the weather was cloudy.
Yes.
But the best view that our team captured was from Jaisalmer, and we were like we both were sitting in our balcony and we were like continuously staring at the live telecast of the
Exactly.
Space India. So it
So
was a wonderful
if there
experience.
is any astronomical event, you can gladly join us on our social media pages because we continuously try to capture and show you guys these features from various parts of Earth.
And one
Okay?
thing, Vivek, I would like to tell our viewers that space is the only organization who has chased eclipses from water, land, as well as air.
Exactly.
back in 2003,
But
there
water, I wonder where, how come you can chase something from water?
water. Actually, we for this purpose we like booked a whole cruise. A whole Louis cruise was booked, and it traveled from Kochi to Maldives. And from that cruise, our team like captured the eclipse.
Exactly.
And the most like important thing was that in back in 2003, in a village called Taregana in Bihar, so we all have our myths related to eclipses and all those things. But we as an organization, we gathered 1.3 lakhs of people in Bihar, and Mr. Nitish Kumar, who is chief minister, who was chief minister of Bihar, also he was joined us. He joined us and actually praised us.
For
So
the astronomical event. So if you are watching it alone, I would request you to call your friends, call your family members for the observation that we are going to see next, and uh, do tell your friends by sharing the link down below, and comment us. Do you what do you want to hear from us? What do you like to ask from us? If there is any question, we are gladly to answer them. Okay?
we would be there with you always.
Yes.
Any questions,
150
any
hours.
queries, you can comment down below or you
Yes.
can reply us on our post, and we would be gladly happy to reply you on that.
Exactly. So not only this, not only we are going to conversate people with on online platforms, but we are actually going to the schools and conduct sessions over there.
Exactly.
Now we are going to engage children of different schools and show you how we are actually impacting on the field of education while teaching astronomy to various schools across India.
Yes.
Now,
To all our viewers who don't know, we Space as an organization, we like promote astronomy and space science through masses, and our main target is the children who are in the schools. So, because what we believe is learning starts from very beginning.
exactly.
And we as an organization, we cover almost all the schools of Delhi NCR and various places all across India. Either it is Chennai, either it is Gujarat, either it is Uttarakhand or Punjab, and many more places. And we are planning to expand across over
Yes.
whole
So
India.
do join us for that special session where we are going to teach students about astronomy, and they will you will see the reaction of people when they learn various facts of space science. Like class one students can get up and ask you what do you think gravity is, and you will be
Exactly.
standing over there thinking
Vivek,
how can
I
how can
remember
I
this incident.
how can
You
I explain this one year class one student what is actually gravity? You will mesmerize the question that people ask. Even so little have so educated in this field. We just have a lot of fun while teaching these students.
And you told me once that class first student only asked you a
Yes.
question that why the planets are round in shape only,
Yes,
why not any
exactly.
other shape?
These are very good questions that arise from various children. Now, even a small children can stop you while asking questions that you won't be able to reply with the same, explanation that the language that he understands.
Exactly.
So you can see how our educators handles these situations and try to teach the students in our classes. So do join us at 2:30 to 4 p.m. Okay, there will be session at AIS Push Vihar. We are going to live stream that on our channel. Okay, so the
And
next
Vivek,
is
have you visited like planetariums
yes.
where they
We have also organized various planetarium shows in our schools plus in
actually
various
we
places across India.
yeah, we have created our own planetarium, a mobile planetarium,
Yes.
which we carry to schools, and we like set up all the things, and we have shows inside it for the students, and we have shows from starting from class first,
Now,
in fact KG to class 12.
let me explain for my audience that what is a planetarium first of all. It's a dome-shaped structure on which we project different movies and space shows for our students, for the audience that we show it to. Now it's just like watching it in a theater when it's everything is closed around you and there's a screen while you are watching the movie.
And
It's a
it would be
beautiful
180 degree of the
yes.
viewing screen you will
Yes,
be
so we'll try
having.
and we are going to be executing this planetarium show on our channel. Okay,
And it would be broadcasted live from our Surat office.
yes. So tomorrow at in the afternoon, in the later afternoon part, from 4 to 6 p.m., there is something special for
All the astronomy enthusiasts.
tech savvy students and tech savvy viewers that we are seeing. We are going to have a software training. Now, software training in the field of astronomy is quite
Unique and interesting, we can
yes,
say.
unique and interesting. But it's not a new thing that has come up
Okay.
because without technology we wouldn't be able to reach on moon, right? But you will be shocked to know that the technology is so advanced now that Apollo mission that landed on moon actually used less power than a calculator that we have. It had less technology than a calculator that we have, electronic calculator that we have right now. So just think at that time, if we can land a rocket on moon with that technology, think of the possibilities the advancement technologies have right now.
Exactly.
So that is why software is become an essential part of our astronomy and space science. So software testing training is going to be happen from 4 to 6 p.m. and an educator is going to tell you how the software are related to astronomy. Now such software are Stellarium, StarTrail software, various stacking and automated software for our photography. Now photography is actually an amazing field.
We would be coming
Yes.
to that very soon. And from in the later part of the evening, that like starting from 6 o'clock in the evening tomorrow, we have scheduled an equipment training. As we all know that astronomy and space science is nothing without skies. And to view the sky, you need some equipment. And if you have the equipment, you need training how to operate those equipments.
So what are the equipments are we talking about? We're talking about telescope. We are talking about the different way to point your telescopes. How can you maintain your telescope through collimations? How can you clean your mirrors? And there are many equipments like Barndo tracker to track the, the sky above you. Now there is also going to be an equipment training on Sky Viewer Pro, and there are going many more things. Okay, so join us at 6 to 8 p.m. sharp in the evening. Okay. Now next is we are going to actually attempt a public observation tomorrow at 8 from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. tomorrow, and we are calling various people from various organizations, various NGOs, various army camps, various people from different astronomy enthusiasts. You can also join us if you want. We will be soon telling you where this public observation is going to happen.
All the information would be shared on our Facebook page, our website, so or you can take the updates from our YouTube, like YouTube video also.
Yes, exactly. So if you have any doubt, any question related to field of astronomy, you can any time get it to us, and we'll try to answer and revert you back. Now, the next the next segment that we are going to do is we are going to do FIT at Astroport. Now, I will like to ask Akash, what is FIT at Astroport?
FIT is like what I had a conversation with Sachin sir, and what he told me, what I learned from is that like there are various people, like we cover the students, that's fine, but there are a lot more of people who are like crazy about astronomy. They may be the astrophotographer, an amateur astronomer, or something like that. So at our astroport sites, we have regular visit of these FIT clients who are there with us. So there would be a live broadcast with them, and we would be connecting you directly to our astroport Sariska.
So you know why Astroport is so famous and so popular in the field of astronomers and space enthusiasts? Because we have one of the darkest skies in India at Astroport.
Second darkest
Yes,
patch
it's
of
second
India.
darkest. So it's one of the darkest, and we have 5 working locations right now, and we are going to be going live from Astroport Sariska tomorrow from 10 p.m. And do watch us because you will see the sky like never before. Because if you are living in Delhi, I will tell you the sky here is so rough that it's full of smog, it's full of fog, whatever you want to call
Hmm.
pollution. You can barely see any stars in the sky. Okay, but don't worry, we are here to we got your back. We are going to be going live from Astroport and show you all the amazing things that you can
Even
see from the
Milky
sky.
Way, or if
Exactly,
any other planet is visible in the sky, it would be visible from naked eye.
exactly.
But for you only, we would be like showing you all those celestial objects through telescope, so that you can get a clear view
Yes.
of what all we have around us, what all surrounds us, that we actually living in our polluted areas are not able to see.
So that's a roundup of our day one. Now it's fully packed with astronomy, right? Now
Exactly.
that's the ending of day one of 150 hours of astronomy. Now the next day, what do you think? We are going to learn astronomy, or we are going to just
Have
enjoy?
some fun.
Yes.
Fun
So
is fun would
one
also be
is
there.
also a part of Space India's teaching. So don't
Exactly.
worry, all the things that we are going to do, teach is going to be in a way that you are going to enjoy, because
Yes.
we are an expert in hands-on astronomy and practical applications of astronomy. So don't worry, and
And like when we talk about movies, movies
exactly.
are integral part of everyone's life. होता है कि like we are getting bored office से
कितने
off
सारे
at
कितने सारे फेमस साइंटिस्ट के ऊपर कितनी
कितनी
मूवीज बन
सारी
गई.
movies बनी है. And trust me, they have like क्या किया है उन्होंने एस्ट्रोनॉमी के साथ. कॉन्सेप्ट ये है तो उसको ये दिखाया है, ऐसे होता है तो उसको वैसे दिखा दिया है. So we would be having a discussion कि like what wrong has been
Actually,
implemented in the movies.
there's a famous movie called Titanic, right?
Titanic,
Uh,
exactly.
I think all the viewers might have known the movie Titanic. Now the sky which you see in the Titanic movie when Jack is actually going inside the water is actually wrong, because at that location that sky is inaccurate. So after a lot of complaints from various astrophysicists, they actually recreated the movie and changed the sky in that part of the movie. So that is how impactful astronomy can be.
And like the most recent one, the Zero movie was there.
Yes.
I want to talk about it, but I can't because there can be a copyright issue, as you
Yes.
know.
So
So
the
do catch us
so
12 a.m. in the morning.
now let's talk about what we're going to do day after tomorrow. So the
Exactly.
first thing from 12. Right, exactly. From 12 o'clock at midnight, from 11, we are going to show a movie blooper, and that are going to be clips of various space and science related topics. And we are going to dive deep and know various origins of those, features of space and
They
our
can be
sky.
sometimes very like informative, or at the same time they can be very like,
Yes.
भाई ये क्या है?
Exactly. Now from 4 a.m. sharp, you can see various astronomical highlights of our month. So
All the astronomical
yes,
activities, what all ISRO has done, what
what
all NASA has done,
yes,
what all SpaceX
the
has done.
activities of previous year, you can all see it through this channel that we are showing live for 150 hours. It's just filled with various amazing facts. So from 4 a.m. on 11th, we are going to show you guys astronomical highlights of not only the entire 2018, but we will try to discuss major achievements in astronomy that is happened entire human civilization has survived on Earth. Okay.
And as we promised you, from 8:30 sharp on 11th of January, we would be back with Chai Pe Charcha.
Yes, chai pe charcha. So it's
And we are not going to reveal our guest for that Charcha because it would be a
exactly.
totally like surprise for you guys.
So we are going to be. Let me give you a hint. We are arranging a situation of calling various prestigious professors and
Like astro, it can be like astro scientists,
scientists and
as,
very popular
astronomers.
humans in the field of astronomy, right?
Exactly.
So do join us from 8:30 at 11, Chai Pe Charcha. Exactly. So do not miss this event, because it's going to be filled with motivation and inspiration for you guys. Now next is
Again, fulfilling our motto of astronomy for all, we would be again visiting Godoli Senior Citizen Home and where we would be interacting with
Exactly.
senior citizens who live there.
Astronomy for all. That's our motto. So we are going to go Godoli Senior Citizens Home.
Exactly.
So it's a senior citizen home, and we are going to go and conduct a observation or astronomy teaching over there, and we are going to send various experts in astronomy, educators, and we'll join in you guys at 10:30 at 11 on that.
Like from that venue.
Exactly. Now next is again.
Vivek, one thing I want to ask you, like, uh, if we want to learn about astronomy
Yes.
from some collected data,
Yes.
so what would be the like most important form of data, like, or most, I can say, most convenient form of data that we can use to like observe what all it is in the sky?
So you want to know what is currently in the sky? Where can I know what is currently what is going to be visible in the sky? Is there any major event happening? So there is a software called Stellarium through which you can gather data of our sky, and it collects the entire sky of the night from 100 years way back to next 100 years. So it's a simulation software that simulates the night sky that is above you, and from any location, not only from Earth, but you can see the sky from various planets, various comets, asteroids. You can actually go to those planets and see the sky that is visible from those planets. And since humans are living on Earth, there is a lot of pollution since the survival of human being has been on Earth. So
Exactly.
sky has quite changed the view, the way we see the sky. But when we go to another location, like when we go to the Mars, there is no pollution in the sky. So you will
Exactly.
see how the sky was visible from Earth when humans were not here.
Exactly.
Without the pollution, how does our sky might have looked like?
And photography being an integral part of astronomy,
Exactly.
we would be training you on astrophotography, and we would be training you, we only would be training you, our experts would be there with you to actually how to process those images, to like closely observe them and learn through them.
Yes, so astrophotography is actually a very wide field, and a lot of astronomers are actually so inspired by capturing the celestial objects in the sky. You know, there's various kind of new innovations in photography are actually coming up with the field of astrophotography.
Exactly.
There's something called light painting. Have you ever heard?
I think not all our viewers would
Yes,
have heard
so do
about
join
it.
us for the session of astrophotography, and we are going to teach you some interesting and never seen methods to you guys through a different and a fun science filled way. Okay, so do join us for astrophotography session that is going to be on 11th January. Okay,
Yes. And later in that day, we would be connecting right away to Dehradun,
yes,
in which our team would be there and they would be having discussions on various astronomical events and things that are there.
exactly. So it's going to happen from 4 p.m. To 6 p.m. in the evening, and after that we are actually going to an NGO, right?
Exactly.
So with our motto, what is the motto?
Astronomy for all.
Astronomy for all. We are going to masses and teaching them astronomy all around our India, and we are touching their lives with the astronomy, and we are actually providing them basic education so that they can teach further people to support this field of astronomy. So that is what is going to happen from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. the NGO, and after that you can join us at equipment training where we are going to show you barn door tracker. Now, barn door tracker, it's an amazing instrument to capture the night sky. Now, it's not actually a camera. It's an equipment that supports your camera. Exactly. And lets you capture the flowing sky in our night. Okay. Now, next is.
And Vivek, one thing I want to ask you that
Yes.
like we have heard a lot about star trails and all those things. So can we capture that with the help of like
Yes,
our normal
exactly.
camera?
So star trails are actually nothing but a view of our sky which shows the path of the star that follows in the night sky. And they create a beautiful path, and we actually stack different images. Means we are keeping one of the images after another, and that those images are captured at equal interval of time. So it actually shows how the stars are traveling in the sky. And it creates a beautiful picture of, and that is what star trail is called. Now to capture a star in the sky, our phone cameras are not enough.
Exactly.
So you need a camera that is professional, and that is a DSLR camera.
Exactly.
So after you have got a DSLR camera, your job is very simple. You have to just focus at the stars in the sky,
So
and
can't I do it with my phone?
you can do it if your camera supports night vision, or it can focus on a particular star in the night.
We will surely give a try.
Yes,
First, let
we will try different equipment and see. Maybe we will able to find new things. Maybe we find that smartphone cameras
exactly
can actually make star trails,
because
technology
the
is,
technology is
yes,
improving day by day, and they are introducing a lot of
new cameras,
new
new
things.
advancement in the cameras that are in short frame.
Yeah, and as we promised that we would be covering almost all over the India, our sessions would be there. So
So
as we promised, 11th January, sharp at 10, we
10
would be
p.m.
live
at 10 p.m. at night, we are going
to be live
to
from our
Rajasthan at Ranthambore National Park, and we have an astroport situated near the national park, that is Ranthambore Astroport. And when you see the sky from Ranthambore, because it's a national park, so there is no light pollution, there is no air pollution in the sky, and the sky over there just looks beautiful.
and it is surrounded by tigers also.
Yes, it's
One
a
of my
national
friends,
park.
Shubham, is over there, and whenever we call him, he says like, "भाई आज फिर से इधर से शेर निकला."
So do if you want, you can book us at Astroport at Ranthambore and try to go there and see the amazing beauties of nature environment, and also learn astronomy in the process.
And for that, what you need to do is just follow our Facebook page of Astroport India. It is named as Astroport India only.
Exactly.
And you can get the link from our official website also, which is www.space-india.com.
Exactly. So our next thing is the event of 11th January are now open. Now, up till 11th January, the astronomy is very tight. Now, all the things are completely filled with astronomy.
Astronomy.
Now, after 12, we are going to go even further deep into the field of astronomy. Now,
exactly.
On 12th January, what we are going to do?
Sharp in the
thing,
morning, what we
yes,
would be doing is we would be talking about the missions. Either it is the SpaceX mission or are the missions of the ISRO, missions of NASA, and various other like organizations which are working in the field of astronomy and space science. And we would be seeing like what their vision is, what their what the possibilities they are searching for at different places, and all those things.
So the first thing is at 12 p.m., 12 a.m. at midnight at 13th January, we have mission highlights. So we are going to tell you different missions that have taken place in the field of astronomy, and we are going to dive deeper into these missions and see how these were executed, how these were performed, where did the idea of this mission came from, all about them. So after that, we are going to have a discussion of various products that Space India makes.
Yeah. On that note, you would be like introduced to what exactly Space India does.
So
how it reaches its main audience, that is
yes,
the school students and all.
so we have do-it-yourself kit for our space enthusiasts, for space astronomy students all around, and they actually enjoy these kits and learn more about practical applications of these astronomy.
What we believe is hands on, minds on.
Yes, exactly. So once you do the applications of science with your hands, with practical and using your brain while it is happening, you learn a little bit more.
Exactly.
And something that is hands-on, you don't easily forget. Am I right?
Exactly.
Exactly. So the next thing
And
after that,
Vivek, I would also like that you should tell our audience that what all the activities we would be doing in that do-it-yourself session.
okay, so do-it-yourself session is completely kit-based session. So what do I mean by kit? Because it is a instrument of different games that are made for students to actually learn astronomy and learn more about the features of, like, we are going to show you a rover, and that rover is made by students at their home. Once they
Yeah.
get a kit, they have to
And
assemble the rover,
and
and
I
the
would like to tell our audience that all the kits that we provide to students, we manufacture it ourselves.
yes,
We have our sister concern, that is Nomon Astrotech Private Limited, which looks after the production of like telescopes, binoculars, the kits, the handouts, and all those things that we provide to
exactly.
the students.
So I was talking about the rover that we send to kids, and they assemble it on their own.
Yeah.
Now, when they
And
are assembling it, keep in mind they have to know which part goes where. In turns, they learn different parts of the rover.
exactly.
Now, it's a fun-filled first fun-filled activity. They are actually making a car that is used to travel on different planets.
And
Now,
plus they get to know what is the use of that rover.
yes, exactly.
Like they would be introduced to like why the missions are being sent on Mars, why only Mars,
Exactly.
and what are the requirements for that.
And we are going to actually show you guys how a satellite is made by class 1 to 2 students
Exactly.
in our education field. Now, class 1 to 2 students actually learn about satellites. Space India teaches them, and they get a kit which is a satellite that they have to assemble on their own. And it's an amazing kit, and it shows you various parts like cameras, scientific instruments that are used in the satellites out there in the sky. Now,
Exactly.
after that, this activity is going to be happening on 13th of January from 4 to 6 a.m. So do join us, and you can also buy these kits from our Space Arcade website.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It is
Now, you can go to
e-commerce
our
website.
website, and there will be a link for Space Arcade. You can go and buy those kits, and you can assemble and try them on your own. If you have kits, you can give it to them as gifts also. And
Exactly.
if you have any questions, I am also reminding you again, comment them down below. We will try to answer them in our observation classes and our astronomy classes. Okay?
And if you have any queries, you can also mail us
In
on
get in touch at the
at
rate space-india.com.
and we
Okay?
would be very happy to help you out.
So
And
after that, after 6 p.m.
Vivek, one thing I would like to
Okay.
ask you, because our next topic is related to that only.
Okay.
So like we belong to Varanasi. So like, would you like to recall any incident like when a proper eclipse happens and your mom says,
Yes.
बेटा ग्रहण स्टार्ट होने से पहले ही खाना खा लेना, ग्रहण होने के बाद बाहर नहीं जाना, पानी भी मत पीना, बाहर जाओगे तो ऐसे होगा, बाहर जाओगे तो वैसे होगा, अगर कोई प्रेग्नेंट लेडीज है तो वो भी बाहर नहीं जा सकती है.
So
So have you heard of that?
these are all wrong beliefs that people have in their mind because of religion.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying religion is wrong, but the certain things that they try to impact in our life are wrong. Now, these myths related to eclipses, like आज ग्रहण है तो तुलसी की पत्ती खाने में डाल देना. So
Exactly.
it doesn't affect your food while eclipse is happening. Now, why is that? Because why people thought that eclipses actually affect our life is when the sun actually is blocked by the moon, there is daytime first of all. Then when
Exactly.
it is completely blocked, you feel like that it's night. So
Exactly.
animals around you actually think it's night, and
It's
they
it's
behave
the start
like,
of evening. They behave like going back to
yes,
their
yes. They start howling,
yes.
they start shouting, they start
Exactly.
going back to their homes because they think it's night time.
Exactly.
So that is what linked up with this eclipses or grahan, and these are myths that we also try to break.
Yeah, and we would be having a panel discussion with our panel of experts,
Yes.
like from our office only.
We are breaking myth. So do join us at myth breaking discussion from 6 p.m. to from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. on 13th of January. Okay?
Vivek, don't you think we both have put on a lot of weight? Huh?
Yes, exactly.
So, like, one thing I would like you work as a researcher, I am into client relationship. Like, I want to ask you that if I want to go into space, like
Yes.
I'm getting fat day by day. So, would I be able to go
That is
in
an
this?
activity for a fit person, not a person like us. Okay? So if you want to travel to space, if you want to become an astronaut, what are the trainings or what are the things that you need to become? What are the requirements for an astronaut to fill an application? Exactly. We are going to have a discussion on that, and we are going to take you to a nearby gym and try to show you how these astronauts actually train for the tough environment that is out there in the space.
Exactly. Our Hewitt said Mr. Rohit would be there with you. He would be joining early in the morning from 7 a.m. on 12th of January.
Now, what do you think? What kind of conditions astronaut face in our space?
Firstly, according to me, it's the low gravity.
Yes,
Absence of gravity, no gravity.
yes, no gravity, but that is not quite correct. We will tell you in
Absence
that
of food.
class. Okay. Absence of food. If I say you will get food, then what is left?
If there is no gravity present,
No gravity.
our our body would not be used to that, and
So is
what
there
I
any?
can think is we would
Let
be
me ask
flying.
you, is there any air in space? There's no nothing
No,
to think about. There's no
no
air.
air.
It's filled with vacuum.
Yeah.
And is there any water in space?
No, some traces have been found on Mars, but
It's
not confirmed.
it's not in space. It has been it is the findings of different celestial objects. Okay, so there is no air, there is no water, there is no food, there is no gravity. So these are the essential components. Exactly, these are the essential components that you need to survive. This is what the Earth provides you and makes you a comfortable home for you to live your life. Now, when you are going out in space without these things, what you need to do? You need to stay fit and you need to train hard. Now, doing small activities, very little activities, like picking up a glass of water while you are wearing an astronaut suit, it is not an easy task. You might think,
but my
yes.
question is, I would like to contradict that in space would the water stay in the glass?
No, that is also a good question. So little activities actually becomes complex in space while wearing astronaut suit. You know, astronauts actually go out there and repair the satellites that are in space. And while they're repairing them, even tightening a screw of a satellite is such a huge task because your gloves are and your hands become so big, and you have to hold
suit is also
small equipment. Yes, you have to hold small equipment while keeping in mind that
if you leave,
they will fly and there's very few oxygen in your tank and you have to head back to a place back in your satellite. Now, next is this fitness program of how to be fit like an astronaut is going to happen at 7 to 8 a.m.
and Mr. Rohit would be there
Exactly.
connecting you live from the gym in which he works out.
Okay.
And for everything we learn, everything new we learn, we need a revision kind of thing.
Yes.
So on 12th January, starting from 8 o'clock in the morning, we would be having a quick recap of what we had done the previous day, and we would be discussing the plan for that day's conduction. And as we promised you, we would be again on
8:30 p.m. It's chai pe chacha
8:30
time.
a.m. it is.
It's 8:30 a.m. It's chai pe chacha time. Okay.
And in that, we are going to have a very, very special guest. Should I tell them?
Yes, I think we should.
So, there is a small girl, just of 7 years of age,
Yes.
and her name is Alia. So, she has been doing astronomy since she was 4 years old. And one thing I would like to tell you that she is just 7, and this year she would be appearing in the class 10 board exams. Earlier, us previous
Basically,
recordings
a
of
genius child. And we have an interview of her, and our educator is going to sit over here and ask the questions that are mind-boggling, and even you might not be able to answer them. But that girl is so intelligent.
and she would be coming all the way from Alwar, Rajasthan
Yes.
to join us.
So stay tuned for her at 8:30. I think 8:30 to 12:30 p.m. Okay.
And again, fulfilling the motto of this event, Astronomy for All, we would be going to a very, very special place that is Bal Seva Orphanage, where orphans from different backgrounds are there. who are deprived of all the things, all the luxuries that we have, they are basically not aware or used to that.
Yes.
So we would be going at Bal Seva Orphanage in Uttam Nagar, Delhi, and we would be conducting event and like of various observation activities with those students, and we would be
We actually are going to teach them a bit of astronomy and try to inspire them and motivate them to contribute more to this field and to get into this field so that they can also be a beneficial part of the field of astronomy, and astronomy can also benefit from them from their contribution.
exactly.
Now our next thing is again our
Our
hangout.
space expert, our head of education, Ms. Sakshi Sharma would be there. She would be connecting you via Hangout, and she would be discussing some of the recent topics in the field of astronomy and space science.
Yes, like satellite mapping and how are rockets actually made, and
Exactly.
different functions of rockets. We actually have sent various weird things in space. Can you remember anything weird that we have sent in space?
One thing I can is of we sent actually a dog,
Uh, Weird thing, but yes, we
a
have sent
chimpanzee,
a dog. We have sent a
monk.
chimpanzee. Yes, there are many animals that we have sent, but recently there was a mission we sent a car and a mannequin to space.
A car and a
Mannequin to space. Now that was sent by a Tesla. That car was Tesla car, and it was sent by SpaceX, a private organization, and they were actually firing off the heaviest and the biggest rocket ever made by any organization on Earth, and that is called Heavy Space Vehicle
okay.
by SpaceX. When they launched it, they have to find out what should be the payload of it. So since they were testing,
What exactly is that payload?
payload is actually the thing that you are sending to space. So
Okay.
it's actually
Like
the
if
weight
I
of
am
the
being
flying car.
sent to the space, I would be the payload.
Not necessarily, because payload is mainly those electronic and gadgets that we send to space, but astronaut are also part of a payload. So
Okay.
when they were thinking what should be sent for this test of our heavy launch vehicle, they actually thought sending an actual satellite might not be a good idea, because if the launch fails, that satellite is also destroyed. So they came up with a unique idea to send a car and a mannequin to space, and it's still floating in space, and it is actually sent into the orbit to orbit the Mars, and we might be able to see it, and it is actually also going live on YouTube sometimes, and
Great.
you can go and see also that. Next is we were talking about hangout with Sakshi ma'am, and she's going to tell you all about different fields of astronomy, right? Now next is called the software training that we are going to have from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. and that is going to happen in Photoshop Lightroom. Yes, so Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Lightroom are the things that you need to learn if you want to be a good astrophotographer. Why? Because capturing an image is a huge task in itself. But actually making beautiful image out of it, out of them, is another difficult task.
And Vivek, do you know who is going to give this training?
I don't know.
Tarun sir is going to give that training.
So Tarun is our expert in photography. He has recently captured the eclipse
And
and
the Comet 46P.
yes, Comet 46P. Go check it out
On
on
our
our
Facebook page,
social
on
media
our
pages,
Insta page.
and you can see capturing them is a feat in itself, but actually compiling multiple images and stacking them together to form a beautiful astrophotograph is another. So that is why we are actually going to teach you how to work with the images and how to process these images in the software called Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Lightroom. Okay, so do join us from actually I think it's from 2 to 4 p.m.
on
So
12th
do
of
join us.
January.
Well,
And later in that evening, we will be another fulfilling our motto, astronomy for all. And we
we
will
are
be
going
traveling
to
right
NGO.
away to Faridabad in Haryana,
Yes.
where we would be doing night sky observation.
We will be giving the night sky observation to a NGO. Now, this NGO is a very special because we have been going to this NGO for a long time. Now, this NGO is a part where sky is actually rather clear because it's in Haryana, and Haryana has quite beautiful sky than as compared to Delhi.
Lot better than
So do join us for that session also because we might be able to see some amazing thing in our sky, and you will see how astronomers get inspired and they become amateur. They train more and more amateur astronomers or aspiring astronomers to come in the field of astronomy.
Yes. And again, we would be taking you back to our astroport at Ranthambore, where we would be connecting live from an NGO, and we would again be having a night sky observation. And trust me, guys, the sky from there would be phenomenal.
So Astroport is famous for its skies and famous for its tourist locations. So
Exactly.
the sky over at Astroports can actually show you these deep space objects, the DSOs, that aren't visible from Delhi. Like you can see nebulas, various star clusters, various twin stars, and amazing view of our Milky Way from all of our astroport. So do join us for that amazing session, and let's move on to the next day, that is
13th of
13th of January, and we'll tell you how these activities are going to proceed. Okay?
Again, from starting, we would start our day
We
by
are going to show you highlights of various astronomy activities, and
again we will be back with Chai Pe Charcha at 8:30.
so do join us for Chai Pe Charcha because we have some special guests lined up for you on 13th of January also, and it will be fun and amazing, inspiring stuff and motivating stuff for you guys. So do join us with your parents, with your friends. Share this link and try to bring more and more people to become space enthusiasts, to become amateur astronomers, because 150 hours is a long time, and we are going to teach you continuously astronomy. Okay, so if you have friends in different parts of the world,
you can share them the link.
Share.
And if some of you are thinking that we are like for the past one and a half hours or so, we are continuously talking about astronomy, astronomy, astronomy. So some of you may be thinking, why astronomy only?
Yes.
Because like I will be giving you simple examples. Like day and night are part of our daily lives.
Yes.
Formation of day and night because of
that is an amazing question. Formation of day and night. Now,
most
of
of
half part of of our entire 24 hours is actually day and half is night. This is due to Earth's revolution and rotation. These are the two main parts that actually made day and night possible.
Yes.
Now, not only day and night are related, that is your everyday life,
Yes.
but
And
seasons.
Seasons, your
Now,
festivals, a lot of
exactly.
festivals are based like आज चांद निकला तो आज ईद है, आज चांद आसमान में नहीं है, so at that point of time we have Diwali.
Yes.
So a lot of festivals are based on that.
Exactly.
Even the seasons also, like when Earth revolves on a particular time, it is summer, it is winter, and so on.
So, do you know where the sun rises from?
Sun rises from the east.
And where does moon rises from? Which direction? That is an amazing question, right? Now, Earth is actually rotating, so everything that is going to rise from the horizon, where the actually sky meets the Earth, is going to happen from east. So our moon, stars, any planets, any our sun, all of them rises from east, and they set in which part?
West.
West. Exactly. So stay tuned.
And one more
Please,
example.
Amit.
One more example.
Okay.
Your mobile phones are integral part of your life.
Yes.
Once you wake up in the morning, you start with your phone. Once you go to sleep, you end up with your phone.
Yes.
You try
So the first activity you actually do while you wake up is
through the help of satellites that are there. And
yes.
Satellites, again an application of astronomy.
First thing that you do is you pick up your phone and watch the notification that you have got. How many likes you have got. That is all possible through the internet, technology that we have, and that internet technology is actually possible because of satellites, an integral part of space science and astronomy.
And now, if you want to go somewhere, we just say, "Okay, Google, take me to this place," and Google takes you there.
Yes.
How
So
it does?
GPS. So
GPS.
GPS is also
Again, an indication of.
so you do not realize how important astronomy and space science actually for you in everyday life. So astronomy is actually called mother of all sciences. Do you know why?
Exactly. Because it has
Yes,
physics, it
because
has chemistry,
it is
it has biology.
yes, it is culminative of all the sciences and create practical application of those sciences.
Exactly.
Now you might have learned Leibniz theorem on all these different math formulas.
Newton's formulas.
Yes.
So
So these formulas are actually used in calculating various things in our space, like how far is that black hole, what are the constituents of this star, and various gases represent how when this star is going to die or not.
air propulsion
Yes.
theory.
Yes,
All
these things are real application that space science is making it possible for making your everyday better. So
And also we would be on 13th of January, we would be taking you to a special place that is Madhipur, where we would be again in an NGO, and we would be imparting space science and astronomy to all.
yes, so do join us because these events that we go to NGOs are actually a highly inspirational for us because once you go to their homes and show them these education, they actually welcome you with amazing graciousness and full of heart because these people are actually very humble, and that was all astronomy about being humble. Astronomy
Exactly.
teaches
As
you to be
Sachin
humble.
sir
Yes, as
said.
Sachin sir just said.
And moving on to 14th of January, Rohit sir would again be with us early in the morning, and he would be continuing his discussion on fitness to be an astronaut, and that would be starting sharp at 6 o'clock in the morning. And again, we would be having Chai Pe Charcha from 8:30
Exactly.
with some special guests that we would be letting you know
After maybe tomorrow or day after
day
tomorrow.
after tomorrow.
Okay, because revealing all the things, let go of that suspense that you have.
Exactly.
Okay, a movie is never complete without that suspense.
Exactly.
Like Bahubali's first part, leave you in that suspense. Who killed Katappa?
And it was the national question.
That is what made the movie even better, right?
Exactly.
So,
And
what is next?
and
What is the
ninth,
next thing?
on 14th January, 9:30 a.m., we would be hosting some very special people, and they are Delhi Foundation for Deaf Women.
Yes.
We are inviting them to one of our venues where they would be coming, and our space team would be there. They would be interacting with them, and they would be like doing observations with us, and a lot of whole of things would be there related to astronomy and space science. We would be teaching them how to make a comet which exactly resembles a real comet.
Yes. A comet is a very fascinating space rock that is actually visible from Earth because it has a beautiful, amazing tail that is emitting light.
Believe me, guys, I have made that comet like 5 to 6 times up till now, and every time I have made that, I have been amazed.
So
Seriously.
it's not a very tough thing to make, but once you make it, you feel that it's actually a part that is not from Earth.
Exactly.
You feel that
All
because
the compositions are same as the real comet.
so it's not something that is so unique that we create, but it's the effect that it creates is amazing.
And Vivek, do you know, like on 15th of January, we are going to revive one of like a very special event that we used to conduct, but due to some reasons we had a halt in that. But this time we are going to revive that thing. Do you know what is that?
No, I don't remember.
Actually, I visited today only. That would be we would be reviving our Sky and Bike event.
Okay,
So
that is an amazing event.
so you must be thinking like, what is that? Sky on
Yes,
bike.
the name is quite ambiguous, right? Sky on a bike.
Exactly.
What is that?
So there is an NGO in Haryana. It is like approximately like 80 kilometers from there, from here, from in Delhi, and Today only I received a call of its president, and what they do, like they are working on a very unique concept. Their NGO is working like they belong to a like village that is not well versed. So what they do is they do like door to door delivery of sanitary napkins, and we are collaborating with them. We would be traveling all around to Haryana, and along with their representatives, we would be traveling in villages. Amazing. And we would be gathering that crowd. We would be doing the observations, and we would be teaching them. We would be motivating them as an organization.
Amazing
So,
thing that space is actually doing, bringing astronomy to masses. So that is
exactly
what our motto is: bring.
astronomy for all.
Yes. So that is not all. We are not near the end, but we are going to tell you there are still some things that are left. Because how many hours we are trying to attempt it? It's 150 hours. So that is not done yet. So we are going to actually attempt a world record with this IAU celebration of 100 years, and that record is of longest hours of astronomy education anywhere around the world. We are going to stream live and try to stay alive in the internet connection. And let's see how many hours are we successful.
And the most important part to make us successful is you guys. Yes. You stay with us, you keep motivating us, and we will do wonders for
Yes.
sure.
Amazing thing. So next thing after Sky on a Bike, we are going to do something that is a hangout with Sakshi ma'am again coming and doing some amazing talk with amazing guests that we are going to call, and she will be live streaming, and she will going live on Google Hangout, and we are going to deep dive into mysteries of space and different other space related topics, and that you want to ask, you can also ask for questions, and what might be possible is an expert might come here and tell you the answer of that in a great amazing way. Now our forte is we teach these subjects of astronomy and space science, not only theoretical and a boring way that you learn in your schools and you have been learning up till now. So we teach it actually through different methods by engaging you in the process of learning. So that is hands-on science, hands-on learning, practical learning. That is what Space India is all about. Yeah. That is what the core of Space India is.
So, Vivek, don't you think that the viewers who have joined us late, we should tell them about
Yes.
briefly about
So
what,
let us remind.
what space is. Yes.
Yes.
And what actually it does. So we belong to an organization which is named Space Technology and Education Private Limited, and we have our headquarters in Delhi, and we are a 17, sorry if I correct, we are an 18-year-old organization, a pioneer organization, which has been working in the field of astronomy and space science. Our main focus is, our main interest is educating the students in schools.
Exactly.
So not only Delhi NCR, we cater schools of almost all the schools of Delhi and NCR with us, and along with that we are in Chennai, we are in Surat, and many other places all across India.
So, Space India is not only for education, but we actually promote astrotourism also.
We have group of companies.
Yes, so we are not only an education company. Education is a part, is a branch of entire space group. Yeah. So there are multiple branches. I would like Akash to
We have Astrotourism India Private Limited, which is the tourism wing. Yes. So under this we travel to destinations for astronomy learning.
Exactly.
Like so we actually take are there.
We actually take trips to different tourism places and tell them the importance of astronomical events that happened over there.
We have our astroport at Sariska, we have our astroport at Ranthambore, we have
Astroport
at Jaipur, we have astroport in Kanha, we have astroport in Bangalore near the Jog Falls, and many more are yet to come. And our another branch, as I told you, earlier also, it is a No More Astrotech Private Limited,
production branch.
which is our production branch, which looks after the manufacturing of the equipments, all the telescopes, binoculars, kit, handouts, all those things. And the most important part from where the space originated, our another sister concern, Space Foundation.
Yes.
That is
So Space Foundation is actually the base from where this entire space group actually is standing on.
Yeah, it is a non-profit organization which is still working for the people of the unprivileged classes. We spend astronomy and space science to all. And we have space earthnauts, which is again a tourism kind of wing, but in this we travel across the whole, like we travel to NASA,
Yes.
we travel to Dubai, we travel to
We take students with
India.
us to observe various events also, and we take trips to NASA, and we are collaborating with NASA and show them various major places at NASA over there. And the next branch
Is
might be
Space Arcade,
yes, Space Arcade,
which is our online portal where you can visit and like purchase
we are actually, as you might have heard, No More is our production branch. What does it produce? It produces various astronomy tools. The such tools are telescopes, various supporters, things that you need to maintain your telescopes, various educational kits for students, various astrophotography tools, various filters for observations, and many more things. You can go and check it out on the Space Arcade website. It is the e-commerce branch, means it is making available these products that we produce in-house at our office, and we will provide it to you to your homes, and you can buy it at spacearcade.com. Okay.
And not only educating the students or the masses, we also promote our students at various national and international level events. We collaborate with NASA, we collaborate with IAU. Like some of the events I would like to discuss, that the major event is the All India Asteroid Search Campaign, of which Sachin sir also talked about.
Yes.
So in this, we give opportunities to students of class 6 to 8 to actually discover a real-time asteroid.
We provide the data that scientists collect from the sky, from satellites, and
We train the
we
students.
give those data to the students that are eager to join us, and that are actually a part. You can also be a part of our event AISC. We continuously post it whenever it is about to begin. So please check our social media regularly for such notifications.
And we have Sally Ride.
Yes, we
Sally
share
Ride
those data to students, and we teach them how to analyze those data to find asteroids or various non मतलब कुछ ऐसे चीजें जो स्काई में रेगुलरली नहीं दिखती हैं.
Yeah. And this year only we have 2,400 preliminary discoveries that have been made
That is
by
of
our
Space India
students
alone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have Sally Ride Earth Camp, in which we provide students an opportunity by sitting in their computer lab of their schools. They can actually command the camera on the International Space Station.
Yes.
And they can click high definition pictures of any
Sally
layer on
Ride
the surface
Earth
of the Earth they want.
It's very famous among students because they get to handle a camera that is situated on International Space Station, and they get to pick a place where they want to capture on Earth, and ISS actually captures that image and send it back to us, and we post it on our social media pages. Those are beautiful images that you might not be able to see or get, but we provide the access to our students, to whoever want to collaborate with us. We provide all of these various outreach events that we organize.
One is Project Paridi, which
Yes.
we would be doing this
Yes.
that time also.
So we organize mega Paridi events at solstice and
equinoxes.
So that
this
is
time we
yes.
did it at Qutub Minar in Delhi, and as well as
Yes.
on
So
Jantar Mantar in
the best
Delhi.
part of that is we actually treated Qutub Minar as a no-mo, because it is actually standing 90 degree perpendicular to the ground. So that is all we are going to talk about, and I think we are a little bit eager for you guys to get into the field of astronomy. So we are bringing a little bit early those overnight classes that we talked about. Now,
in a few few minutes of times,
yes,
Mr. Tarun, who is training head in Space India, and one of our space expert, Mr. Shantanu, would be there with you.
they will telling you about different features of the sky and how to handle a telescope. First of all, they will introduce the telescopes to you
And
and
all those and
show
all
you
the
different parts
facilities.
of it and how you point it towards the features that you want in the sky and how you actually see the magnificent, amazing objects in the sky.
And until that time, stay tuned for this time.
And
I
wish
I Akash
everyone clear
and
sky.
and Vivek, we take your goodbye, and surely we wish you clear skies.
And I would like to again congratulate IUU for 100 years and Space India for attempting a 150-hour world record for continuously being live for space enthusiasts and astronomy enthusiasts all around the world. Okay, so
And
see you soon. Stay tuned. We are just minutes away from
night sky
night
observation.
sky observation that we can see from here. Okay, so until then, we should clear skies. Good night and